We are discussing chapter number 7, which is Lifelines of a National Economy. Let us talk about the pipelines. So there are 3 pipelines. Let me tell you the 3 pipelines first, and then we understand the content here. So first, you have to visualize that these dark lines are showing the existing pipelines. Then we have these dotted are the proposed pipelines, and this one shows the gas pipeline. So one of the pipeline is oil field in Assam to Kanpur via Guwahati, Barauni and Allahabad. So this is the pipeline here from Assam. It goes up to Barauni. This is Barauni. Then it goes up to Allahabad and via Allahabad to Kanpur. And one of the part of this gas line also goes from Barauni, or pipeline goes to Barauni to Rajband, and then we have this Mori, Gram and Haldia. This also is connected. The second one is from Salaya in Gujarat to Jalandhar. So it has Punjab via Viramgram and Mathura, Delhi and Sonipat. So this is the line we are talking about. This is the Viramgram, Salaya, and then it goes up to like here, and then finally to Jalandhar. In between also it touches various places. The third one is the important one, which is for the natural gas sending. This is gas pipelines from Hazira in Gujarat connects Jagdishpur in UP via Vijaypur in Madhya Pradesh. So that is why this is called as HVJ, Hazira Vijaypur Jagdishpur, Hazira Vijaypur Jagdishpur pipeline. So here we have this Hazira. It starts from the Bombay High, and this is Hazira, and then it goes to the places I just told you about, right? So this is a very important pipeline as far as the natural gas is concerned. Now pipelines, this is a new pipeline or you can say transport network. It's a new arrival on the transportation map of India, because generally we talk about the road, rail and airways, but here the pipeline is fixed. See, the pipeline is fixed, and the content here, it may be gas or solid also, it can be transformed into liquid form. So this is transferred from one place to another, maybe the place of production to the place of refinement or use. The initial cost of this laying of a pipeline is quite high, but once it is being established, the running costs are very less. Only maintenance cost is there. So it is used for transporting the crude oil, petroleum products and natural gas. And one more thing is there, whenever we have say a train, and then it goes to the content goes to the train to truck, and it goes to the final destination. So there is always the losses, that is the transshipment losses and the delays. In pipelines, we don't encounter any kind of or very minimal kind of losses and delays. Coming to the waterways. So waterways, that means we are talking about right now the inland waterways. That is, inside our country we have different rivers. We have different rivers, and these rivers are you can say they are regarded, or they are known as some of them are known as national waterways, which are very important as the lifeline of our economy. And these waterways are the cheapest means of transport, So they are able to carry heavy and bulky loads, big loads, and the most important thing is it is quite fuel efficient. That is, in less fuel the transportation of people and the goods can be done, and it is environment friendly also. That means it does not, that this kind of transportation does not create that much of say pollution, etc., that is harmful to the environment. It creates, but not that much as its contemporary transportation techniques. So let me show you here. These are the national waterways, and they are named properly. That is NH, the way NH was there, national highways, we have national waterways also. The national waterways, they are around 4,503 kilometers, but in total we have how much? 14,500 kilometers inland navigation. So in all we have 14,500, but the national waterways we are talking about, they consist of around 4,500 like this. So here, let me start with the national waterway one. This starts from, this is on Ganga, river Ganga, and it starts from Haldia to Allahabad. So here we have Allahabad and here we have Haldia. So this is the waterway I am talking about, and the states being served are UP, Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal. Then we have this NW2, National Waterway 2, and this is on Brahmaputra river. It starts with Dhubri here and it reaches up to Sadia. So Sadia to Dhubri, Dhubri to Sadia. This is 891 kilometer of stretch, and the states being served are Assam, West Bengal, Arunachal Pradesh and Meghalaya. Here we are talking about the NW1. It is around 16,020 kilometers. So around 15 states are being served of this total length 4,500. Then we come to the third one, which is the West Coast Canal. The endpoints are Kollam and Kottapuram. Kollam and Kottapuram, around 205 kilometers. The state being served is Kerala. Then the fourth one is the Puducherry Kakinada. This is Kakinada and this is Puducherry, or Pondicherry it was called earlier. So it is on Godavari. See, this is Godavari also. We have the Krishna also. This is a canal, so, and various canals, Godavari, Krishna canals. And this is 1078 kilometers. The states being served are Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and the Union Territory of Puducherry. Then the fifth one here is from Goenkhali to the Talcher. So this is Talcher and this is Goenkhali. So this is the 588 kilometer of stretch. The states being served are Odisha, West Bengal. It is on the Brahmani Delta canals, these from Goenkhali to Talcher. Then we have the sixth one, which is in process. It's not in place right now, but it's still under process. It is from Lakhimpur to Bhanga. Lakhimpur to Bhanga it is going to be made, and the states, it is around 121 kilometers. The states being served will be Assam, Mizoram, Manipur and Tripura. So this is about the inland waterways. Now, most of that is 95% of our export or trading is done using the sea. So we need to talk about the major seaport. We have a very, very long coastline, around 7,516.6 kilometers. So we have various major and various smaller ones of various importance. And we'll talk about this various places, Kandla and Marmagao, etc. just now. So these are the major seaports used or employed for the trading, for sending, that is the import exports of various goods. As we saw that the surface transport, that is inland water, or it can be the waterways of sea and ocean. So these are the very efficient and environmentally very friendly for transportation of goods and people. So let me take you to these. This is the map of our coastline. So this is these are the place we start from. We'll start with the Kandla. So we have certain words here, that is natural, riverine and artificial. So what is natural port, what is artificial port, and what is the riverine port? So what happens here is that whenever we have a port, the ship will come. Okay, the ship is going to come and it will stand here. That is harbor. Now, if this place is tidal, where it means it is kind of high tides, and all the chakravas, the things which happens in the ocean environment, if it affects here, the ship will not be able to stop here properly, and all these harbor will get damaged in due course of time. So this is not a very good idea, or this is not a very good situation to have a port where ship can stay, can get unloaded, offloaded and can move on. So what happens if you have a place where you have, say, the mountains here, and there is a very narrow place. So it is naturally being this place is naturally being secured by all the natural things which can happen. So the ship can come from this side, very narrow part. It can come here, it can stay here, it can do whatever activity is being done, and then it can move on, even the repairs. This kind of situation is ideal, and this is called as the natural seaport. Natural seaport. So if this kind of situation is not there, we can do it. Means if only this place is there and we have no other option to go, we can create some situation here so that the ship only comes like this, and all these tides and all those things, the wind, fast moving wind, this can be stopped. So this can be done artificially also. So when this is done and a port is being made for a ship, this is called as the artificial port. This is an artificial port. And those ports which are on the they are employing the rivers like the Kolkata and Haldia. They are using Hubli river, and this river has to be quite deep, because on shallow water the big ships cannot move. So Hubli river, like this, those kind of ports are known as riverine ports. So I'll start with the Kandla. So Kandla is in Kutch. This is the Kutch. So Kandla in Kutch was the first port. Please understand, it is the first port developed after independence. Why? Because Mumbai port was, it was full. It was because a lot of trade was going on Mumbai port. So we need to ease out Mumbai port, because we already lost Karachi port after partition to Pakistan. So that is how Kandla came into being. Kandla is a tidal port. That is, it is handling, or it caters to convenient handling of exports and imports of highly productive granary, khadyan, and industrial belts stretching across the states of Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, and Gujarat. Then comes the Mumbai. Here is your Mumbai. So this is the biggest port. This is the biggest port. Please understand, biggest port. Mumbai is biggest port, and with spacious, and it is a natural and well sheltered harbor. I told you about that. Then there, because Mumbai was overcrowded because of a lot of trading going on. It's a Mahanagar. So there was a port being made here at Nhava Sheva. The place is called Nhava Sheva, and this port is to again ease out the volume of trade on Mumbai port, and this port was called as Jawaharlal Nehru port. Jawaharlal Nehru port, specially made to decongest the Mumbai port. Then we have here this Goa. So Marmagao is the premier port for exporting of iron ore. So 50% of the iron ore goes from this place, Marmagao. Then New Mangalore port here in Karnataka, and this is exporting the iron ore which is coming from the Kundremukh mines. Then we come to Tuticorin. We'll come to Cochin just now, but we have to talk about Tuticorin. This is in Tamil Nadu. So it's a natural harbor. Please understand, Tuticorin, Tamil Nadu is a natural harbor. It's a rich hinterland, and variety of cargoes goes from here to different neighboring countries like Sri Lanka, Maldives, and coastal regions of India. Then coming to Kochi, it's a lagoon. It's on lagoon. That is, it's an extreme southwest. This is the southwest. So southwest port located at the entrance of a lagoon. That is why it's a natural harbor. Lagoon is like this. This is a place we call it as a lagoon. So it's a very special part of land and sea. Then Chennai is one of the oldest artificial ports of country. Chennai is oldest artificial port. This can be asked. So it is ranked next to Mumbai in terms of volume of trade and cargo. And then we have Visakhapatnam, deepest. Again, Visakhapatnam is deepest. Visakhapatnam is deepest, landlocked, well protected port, again for iron ore exports. And Paradip, here let's just come to the Paradip. We already talked about Visakhapatnam. Now this is in Odisha, and it is specializing again in iron ore. Then we have Kolkata here, and then supporting Haldia. Kolkata, this is an inland riverine port. I told you about Hubli. So it's an inland riverine port, And this port serves as a very large and rich hinterland of Ganga-Brahmaputra basin. It is a tidal port. It requires constant dredging of Hooghly, because if this Hooghly or Hooghly river is there, and whenever river goes to the sea, it has a lot of sedimentation in it. So that has to be cleared. That is, it requires constant cleaning or dredging of Hooghly, of the Gad, or you can say the sedimentation. Then this is the Haldia. Haldia port was developed as a subsidiary port in order to relieve the pressure at Kolkata. The way Nhava Sheva was made out of Mumbai, same is for Haldia, to ease the pressure on Kolkata. So this is about the seaports in India. Coming to waterways. Waterways, that means using the air for transportation purposes. It can cover very difficult terrain like the mountains, even the deserts, dense forest, and long oceanic stretches with great ease. The air transport was nationalized in year 1953, and Air India provides international air services. That is, it is a government, you can say, institution. And Pawan Hans helicopter, these are helicopter because there are certain places which are not very far, or you only require few people to go. And say if you come from Delhi to Dehradun, so Dehradun has an airport, but if you want to go to Kotdwar or say Pithoragarh, then there is no way. You either have to go by taxi or bus, etc. So if some strategic importance is there or some work is there, then the Pawan Hans will take you from here to here. So Pawan Hans helicopter provides helicopter services to Oil and Natural Gas Commission, ONGC. In its offshore operations, we have talked about the Mumbai High. These are inaccessible areas, or you can say difficult terrains like the northern eastern states and the interior parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. As I talked about Uttarakhand, Dehradun and Pithoragarh, etc. Now the most important thing which comes is you have to do a trade. When you want to do a trade, two people wants to do a trade. Say he is in UAE and you are in India. Now you want to do trade. If you don't talk, if you don't communicate, if you don't exchange the information, if you don't mail, email or WhatsApp calling or whatever you want to do, the trade will not be as efficient, as fast and as beneficial for both the parties. So whenever we talk about any kind of economic things, the communication comes very handy, or it's very important. Personal communication and mass communication, including the television, radio, press, films, these are major means of communication. So government now wants to say something about polio drops. Government wants to say something about the Notbandi, or say something about the new scheme. So the minister or the prime minister will come on the television or will say the things on the newspaper, and it will be published. So these are the kind of mass communication. The Indian Postal Network, it is the largest, please understand, Indian Postal Network is the largest in the world. So there are two types of mails being categorized: first class mail and second class mail. So this first class cards and envelopes, these are considered the first class mail. So they have to be handed quickly. The second class mail, like packets, registered newspapers and periodicals, these are second class mails. So in order to facilitate the quick delivery of mails in large towns and cities, six mail channels have been introduced recently. So let me name them. They are called Rajdhani channel, Metro channel, Green channel, Business channel, Bulk mail channel and Periodical channel. So India has one of the largest telecom networks in Asia. We are having a very good population, that's why, and because of the various companies giving the calling and data free, now the communication is very strong in our country. When we talk about tourism, India ranked world's 4th holiday heaven. This is just a newspaper cutting just to show that India has a lot to do with the Paryatan, tourism. So tourism as a trade. International trade, that is the trade between two countries. So let me tell you first about international trade, then we go to tourism. So the exchange of goods among people states and countries, this is known as trade, viniyam, exchange. So trade between two countries, it is called as international trade. Between two countries, it is called as international trade. So exports and imports are the components of trades. Ayat niryat means sending the stuff and calling it or receiving it. So the balance of trade of a country is the difference between export and import. So export minus import is the balance of trade. So if you have more import, less export, more import, less export, that is, there is some problem. But if a country has more export and less import, then the balance of trade is okay. So when the value of export exceeds the value of import, it is called the favorable balance of trades, and otherwise means if the value of imports exceed the value of export, it is not very favorable. Now, tourism as a trade, tourism has proved itself as one of the most important aspects of India as a trade. Why? Because we have a very good stretch of latitude and longitude. So we have everything here. We have desert, we have mountains, we have plateaus, we have rivers, we have ocean, everything we have. We have culture, we have tradition, we have historic monuments. So tourism in India has grown substantially. It helped in the promotion of national integration also. It provides supports to the local handicrafts, local people, and it provides support to cultural pursuits also. So development of international understanding about culture and heritage is also related to tourism. So now what we have seen is there are certain ways, there are certain things which are, or the transport, especially the communication, the different type of trading, they are the lifelines of our country. And when the government and the people, when they are developing it or they are handling it properly, then the economy will grow. So this is all about this topic. Thank you so much and take care of yourself.